Hello everyone, I'm Sanjay Parashar. Welcome back to the channel. Today we will talk about events in Oracle Integration Cloud. Events in OIC are most commonly used to decouple integrations within same OIC instance or enabling a common framework like error handling or notification framework across OIC instance. They work very much like topics in messaging systems where one event can have multiple publishers and subscribers, and every subscriber receives the event whenever it is published. There are two types of events in OIC: published events and system events. System events, as name suggests, they are Oracle provided events such as file created, file downloaded, etc. You cannot create or publish system events. You can only subscribe to them. Also, system events are available only within projects in OIC Gen 3. So we will cover these events whenever we will work with projects. The other type of events are published events. They are user-defined events that you create, you publish, and subscribe. You define the event payload structure using JSON or XML formats. These are the most commonly used events in real-world OIC applications, and that's what we will focus on today. Using published events in OIC involves three simple steps: create events, create event publishing integrations, and create one or more event subscription integration. You can have up to a maximum of 50 integrations that can subscribe to events per OIC instance. You can also retain an event subscription when deactivating an integration that is subscribing to published events. And when you retain the subscription, OIC allows the integration to resume consuming previously published events once it is reactivated, almost like a durable subscriber in JMS. A few important points to remember about retaining an event: this feature only works for release 23.10 and later. Published events are retained for up to 24 hours only. One disclaimer here: this feature provides limited durability, but it is not meant as a long-term messaging solution. OCI streaming can be used if long-term retention is the goal. Whenever you deactivate a subscriber integration, if you want to keep event subscription on in order to retain that event message, OIC shows a checkbox that is called delete event subscription. If you select this option, your subscription is removed. Any event published during this time will not be retained. If you do not select this option, the subscription is retained, and event published while the integration is inactive are stored for up to 24 hours. Once the integration is reactivated, it will automatically subscribe and process those retained events. You can view number of retained events and also subscriptions in observability tab of the OIC console. Now enough with theory, let me show you how published events work in OIC. Once you are at your home screen of your OIC console, we can go to this hamburger menu, design, and in this, as we can see, we have an option called events. There are multiple ways to create an event. Whenever you try and publish an event, you get an option to create an event. Whenever you subscribe an event, you get an option to create an event. Or you can come to this event. As we can see right now, there are no events in this OIC instance. We can come here, we can click on this create. So let's create our first event here. Let's call it demo event. Here it will give you a sample, so you can either choose JSON or XML. So let's stick with JSON for now. Let's give it a very simple input name, and let's continue. And we don't want any custom header as of now. We'll create it. And as we can see, event is created and there are 0 integrations using it. If I view it, we can see no custom headers, no subscribers, and no publishers. And we can see the structure based on JSON sample. So let's close it. Now let's go to the integrations and let's create a integration that will publish a message to this particular event. So we'll click on create and let's create an application based. Let's call it demo event publisher. We can just simply create a very simple REST-based service here. Let me give it a URL called demo event publish, and it could be of post type where we need a query parameter, and let's just give a dummy response back as well. Let me just click continue here. Inside this, we can ask user to give a name of string type and that we can map to the event payload. And for response, we can keep it simple. Just one element called result here. Let's continue and finish. And now, in order to publish an event, there is an action called publish event. You can either do it like this, or you can come to actions, and under call you should see this publish event action. That's what you'll need to use. So we can drag and drop it here. It will give you all the events that you have under your OIC instance, or you can create a new event. For now, we want to use demo event. Let's select it and finish. And OIC will create a map in between so that you can map the request of trigger with the publish event. So let's just do that really quick. So we have defined a query parameter name, and here we did not define any header, but we did define a request. So let's just map it. And very quickly, let's just map response. We can give like a dummy response here. Just say event published. Validate back. And now let's give it an identifier. Let's just give that query parameter, which is name. Fair enough. Here, demo event publisher, we can activate this in the debug mode. Now, if we run this, it will publish a message to the event, but there are no subscriber. We can check that if we can come here and we can come to the event. We can view this event. And under here, we can see there is a publisher, but there are no subscribers. So let's create subscriber service as well. So now when you create a subscriber service, you choose event as a pattern. So we can click here, we can give it a name. Let's just give demo event subscriber 1 and create. Here it is going to check which event would you like to subscribe to. We want to subscribe to demo event. You can also create an event here if you want to subscribe to a new event altogether. So here we will select demo event and finish. And whenever a publisher will publish that event, this message, this particular service will read that message. So for now, let's just add a logger here. And in this logger, we can just print the name. And let me just add an identifier. And we can activate this subscriber as well. And now our publisher and subscriber both are active, so we can run it. Let's just run a message here. Let's just give name Sanjay and run it. And as we can see, event published. So this service published the event. Now what we can do is we can go back and go to the observability, and under the instances we will be able to see that it published the message. Name was Sanjay, which was primary identifier, and then the subscriber one read that message and processed it. Essentially it just logged it the way we wanted. Also, we can come here in the subscription and we can see that we have one active subscription. 1 out of 50 is used. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that up to 50 integrations can subscribe to events here. 0 retained events and 1 active subscription. So now there is one more thing that I want to show you is like it works more like a topic. So let's create another subscriber. So we go to design, come to integration, and for that we can clone this one. I've already covered the difference between clone, different versions, major, minor, so I'll not repeat that. Let's just create demo event subscriber 2 and clone. And that's it. We can actually activate that. Now I'm gonna run this demo event publisher one more time. And let's give it a different name. For example, let's give Parashar this time. Run it. And event is published. Now we can just go back to the observability tab here. Under instances, we can see that publisher published Parashar, and then subscriber 1 and subscriber 2 both picked the message and processed it, whatever the business logic was there in the subscriber service. One last thing that I want to show, which is kind of important, is retaining a message. So what we will do now is let's deactivate this subscriber 2, and you get this option, delete event subscription. So if I deactivate it, it will delete the event subscription. We can check that in the observability tab as well. But if I uncheck this, it will deactivate the service but keep the subscription and will retain the messages for up to 24 hours. Whenever we reactivate it, it will process those messages. So let's just test that. So I'm going to deactivate it now. It's done, and let's go to observability subscription. We can see one is configured, one is active, but they both are there. So 2 subscriptions are there. Now let's go back, design, integrations, and let's run this publisher one more time. Let's give name James and run it. And event is published. We can go back, observability instances. We can see that publisher published and only subscriber 1 processed it or read that message. Under the subscription, we can see that one message is retained for subscriber 2. Whenever we activate it within those 24 hours, it should read that message. So let's test that. So we'll come back to design integrations, and we can activate the subscriber 2 now. And subscriber 2, let's refresh it, and we can see subscriber 2 also read that message that is called James here. And if we go to subscription here, we can see 0 message retained and the both subscribers are active. And that's all that we need to know about events in OIC. That's it for this video. See you in the next one, and until then, keep learning.